My name is Maya. I'm 27, a marketing analyst in New York City, and last month I dropped mid-presentation like a puppet whose strings got cut. The room tilted, then vanished. Fluorescent lights smeared into a white river. When the world came back, there was an four in my arm and the too clean smell of hospital air. My phone buzzed on the tray. Dad never calls on weekdays. Sweetie, your boss said you fainted. Are you okay? Just dizzy, I whispered. Probably stress, or not eating enough. There was a pause that sounded like paper being folded. Not eating enough? Isn't the 3-5 allowance covering your basics? My stomach twisted like it heard something I didn't. What allowance? The one your mom sends every month. Silence. Then he said, very calmly, stay there. I'm calling your mother. 3 years. $3,500 a month. $126,000 that were supposed to have my name on them. Mom never missed a payment, except it never reached me. She had the right daughter in mind, it just wasn't me. I left the hospital with discharge papers and a headache that felt like it learned to breathe. The afternoon was gray and wet. The subway steps looked steeper than usual. Mom called before I made it to the turnstiles. Maya, there's been a misunderstanding. What misunderstanding? You know your sister's path is time-sensitive, she said. Sienna needs investment now while doors are open. I've been eating expired yogurt, I said. While you fund her selfies. You have a job, she answered too quickly. Sienna is building a career that needs support. I'm building a career on $38,000 a year in New York City. I heard her exhale. We allocated family resources where they'd have impact, she said. You mean you diverted my allowance, I said. 3 years. 3-5 a month. 126,000 I never saw. That's not fair wording, she snapped. Your father didn't need the details. So Dad doesn't know, I whispered. He thinks he supported both daughters equally. She told me not to be dramatic and hung up. I rode home to Queens shaking. The studio smelled like dust and cold noodles. A mattress on the floor. One folding chair. A dying mini fridge that coughed every hour like a guilty secret. Dad knocked 40 minutes later. He stepped inside and looked around like the walls were telling him something I'd never said out loud. How long have you lived like this? Since I moved here. He opened my fridge. 1 jar of peanut butter. Half a carton of milk. Takeout boxes I'd stretched across 3 meals. Your mother showed me transfers, he murmured. Regular deposits. She said they went to you. To which account? He pulled up a screenshot. Joint account, Mom and Sienna. Description line, support fund, every month, like clockwork. Something inside me tipped, then hardened into a flat surface. He touched my shoulder. Stay tonight? I'll be okay, I lied. He finally saw the poverty I'd been taught to hide. Saturday smelled like lemon polish and old arguments. Dad asked me home for a family conversation. I knew it would be a hearing, not a talk. The dining room gleamed like a courtroom. The china cabinet stood as witnesses behind glass. My chair felt like a defendant's bench. Mom rearranged napkins that didn't need rearranging. Her bracelet clinked like a nervous metronome. She avoided my eyes, then overcorrected and smiled too brightly. Sienna swept in late, glossy, breathless. Designer athleisure, green juice, perfect waves. What is this? She asked, already bored. I have a casting at 4. Dad didn't sit. He placed papers on the table like evidence. Maya collapsed from malnutrition, he said evenly. Hospital confirmed anemia and dehydration. And your mother diverted her allowance for 3 years. Mom inhaled like the word burned. That's not fair, Daniel. You allocated funds into a joint account, he replied. Your name and Sienna's name. Not Maya's. Sienna's lip trembled, then steadied. I didn't know. Mom said Dad was helping me succeed. You didn't ask where the money came from, I said. You liked not knowing. It kept your life pretty. Silence tightened the room like plastic wrap. Dad slid another page toward Sienna. A repayment plan, he said. 126,000 principal, 3% annual interest, 2,000 a month until cleared. Sienna blinked like the numbers were captions in another language. My rent is 2,500, she said. I can't afford that. Then get a roommate, Dad said flatly. Get a day job. Millions of artists do both. Mom reached for the paper. She's at a crucial stage. Punishing her now ruins momentum. Dad's face closed like a door. Financial infidelity has consequences, to our daughter, to our marriage. He turned to me. I'm sorry I didn't verify sooner. I'm sorry I didn't see. I stared at my hands. They looked older than last year. Steadier now. Dad placed a checkbook on the table. Write it, he told Mom. Today. Her name, the amount, the date. Ink shook, but the zeros held. I didn't cry. Something inside felt carved and emptied. Justice can arrive late and still cut. Sienna sobbed into perfect sleeves. I handed her a box of tissues. I slid the check into my purse. My fingers trembled, my breathing didn't. Have you ever survived on willpower alone? I wondered. I stood to leave first. The chair legs rasped like a verdict. The house didn't recognize me anymore. Recovery started with groceries and sleep. The doctor wrote the quiet thing in neat letters: malnutrition. Your body needs more than grit. I bought bread without checking prices. Fresh berries. Real butter. Good cheese. I cried at the register quietly because I could. A bed frame arrived in 2 boxes, I assembled it after midnight. The mattress rose like forgiveness. The floor finally stopped stealing warmth. Then the payment text started slipping in. Running late this month, Sienna wrote. Agency delayed my check. Dad forwarded me transfers he covered. Just bridging once, he promised. Once became again, then routine. Old patterns wore new clothes and called it mercy. Hunger came back wearing better shoes. I felt that old dizziness, not in my head but under my ribs. I opened Instagram and watched Sienna's life glow. Rooftop sunsets and manifesting captions. Luxury skincare unboxed in soft light. She posted struggle from a marble lobby. She called it perseverance. I called it subsidized. I made a burner account. No attacks, only questions. Curious how you afford Miami on model gigs. Do your parents help? She deleted the first comments fast, so I asked elsewhere, under real strugglers comparing rent and side jobs. I listened, agreed, compared costs. I became credible by being patient. Then I asked again, publicly. Many models take second jobs. What's your bridge income? Someone from high school connected the dots. Isn't your sister Maya in NYC? Didn't she faint from not eating? Engagement spiked like a fever. A TikTok narrator stitched screenshots. 200,000 views by morning. My phone pulsed like a conscience. Mom called, voice pitched thin. Are you proud of ruining her? No, I said, steady. I'm proud I'm finally eating. Sienna rang at 2 a.m., sobbing. Brands are pulling campaigns. People think I stole from you. Didn't you? I asked softly. I didn't know, she insisted. You didn't ask, I answered. Ignorance financed your lifestyle. Local news ran a segment, sister starves while sibling lives lavishly. The anchor practiced measured outrage. They used my hospital photo. I made tea and said nothing. The internet didn't need my voice, it needed their math. Dad texted, punctured and quiet. I enabled her again. I'm sorry. Stop, I wrote. Let consequences finish their lesson. Sienna posted an apology video. No makeup. Puffy eyes. Careful wording. She promised a day job. She promised a cheaper apartment. She promised to repay with interest. The comments split down the middle. Some offered grace, cautious and conditional. Some asked for receipts immediately. That night I folded grocery bags and stacked them in a drawer. I kept one for a souvenir, proof of a boring, beautiful ritual. I wasn't hungry anymore, but I still counted everything. Not calories. Not dollars. Boundaries. I didn't leak a secret. I punctured a story. Fallout moved faster than remorse. Sienna's bookings evaporated within a week. Emails arrived with careful corporate sympathy, "We're pausing the partnership indefinitely." Mom called daily, then hourly, her messages swinging like a pendulum, begging, bargaining, blaming, then back to begging. I stopped answering. Silence became my only yes. Dad didn't ask me to fix it. He asked me to dinner instead. Wednesday, 7. The Italian place, he wrote. Candlelight softened the room's sharp edges. Garlic and basil warmed the air. He looked 10 years older. I filed for legal separation, he said. Financial infidelity is documented. He slid a folder toward me, screenshots, statements, a timeline of betrayal. I should have verified. I believed the best without evidence. I didn't see you starving. I kept saying I was fine, I said. I was taught to be fine. He nodded, eyes glass bright. You should have been allowed to fall safely. We should have been your net, not your cliff. A server poured water quietly. Dad straightened the papers. From now on, verification is love. We ate in small, careful bites. The pasta tasted like forgiveness attempts. Sienna texted after midnight. Got a retail job. Start Monday. Moving in with roommates. 1 week later, a transfer landed, her name finally on the sender line. $1,500. Not $2,000, but hers. I didn't congratulate her. I sent a receipt and balance. I asked nothing else. Mom demanded a meeting at the house in Connecticut. The kitchen looked magazine perfect, unchanged. She started with a practiced breath. I made terrible choices. I wanted both daughters to succeed. I thought time was against Sienna. Time was against my blood work, I answered. Against my body, my rent, my safety. She reached for my hand. I didn't offer it. Boundaries don't hate, they hold. Dad arrived with his lawyer's binder. Mom's face hardened, then cracked. Tears made her mascara into fresh water. I don't want to destroy you, Dad said. But pretending protects your behavior. Consequences protect our daughter. Sienna sent the second payment on time. Then the third, almost on time. Receipts stacked into something sturdier, a bridge, not a truce. At month 4, she overpaid, $2,500 with a note, bonus from holiday sales. Trying to do better. I walked home through early snow. My phone buzzed with another deposit, Dad, not Sienna this time. I called immediately. Refund it, I said. She needs the muscle, not me. He paused, then agreed softly. You're right. I'll stop rescuing outcomes. That night I opened old photos, pre-collapse, pre-truth, pre-highline. Everyone looked glossy and harmless. We were none of those things. For once, consequences didn't skip the beautiful one. Years moved in small, honest steps. Rent paid. Groceries unremarkable. Therapy every Thursday at 4. Sienna kept paying month after month, sometimes late, sometimes early, always documented. Receipts turned into something steady. Dad finalized the divorce quietly. Verification became his new language. He showed up, then stayed. I learned ordinary rituals again. Saturday laundry. Sunday soup. Phone on silent while I slept. My apartment softened around me, a rug that didn't curl, plants that survived winter light, frames with photos I chose. A message arrived in January. Zero balance, Sienna wrote. Interest included. A screenshot followed, plain and brave. She asked to meet in the city. I almost deleted the text. Instead, I typed, coffee, 20 minutes. She came in a simple coat. No extensions. No camera-ready face. Hands chapped from retail shifts. I miss you, she said carefully. You miss who I was? I asked. Before I learned boundaries. I miss the sister I broke, she said. I'm trying to be worth knowing. We walked the High Line at dusk. The Hudson's steel breath blew cold enough to keep the truth sharp. I can't schedule forgiveness, I said. I can offer conditions, honesty and consistency. No rescues. No lies. She nodded like signing a contract. I'll keep showing up, she said. Even when it's unphotogenic. At home, I lit a candle, quiet flame, steady and small. I ate dinner without counting consequences. I slept through the night. If you've been through something like this, you're not alone. Tell me what you kept and what you finally released. I didn't forgive the past. I outgrew it.